What is going on, people? This is your boy CG, back with another video. And today is Easter Sunday, or at the close of Easter Sunday. It is about, let's say, 9:54 p.m. Now, usually, for like the past several years, I didn't go to church on Easter Sunday, but this Sunday I happened to go because I had nothing to do, and I didn't want to be bothered with going out. Or if I do decide to go out, I was either going to have problems with the so-called, what they call security. And I didn't want to be bothered with that kind of negative attention, so I decided to go and do something different this year, this Easter Sunday. So I went to church, put on a nice little suit, nice shirt and tie, cleaned up the face a little bit, nice haircut, the hat and the glasses and the gloves, and I went on my way. Plus, I haven't been in the church in years. I used to be a member, and very active member, years ago, when back in the days I didn't know any better. So I've gotten out and gotten a little bit of education, done a little research about religion, and find out, other things. But anyway, I digress. On with this video topic. While I was sitting there in church, I noticed some things while I was there. And it made me think to the likes of the videos that have been produced and uploaded by the likes of Tommy Sotomayor. You have the brother with Common Sense and Logic. I believe he's a Crazy 100. Painless Risen has talking about the subject, about single mothers. And also David Carroll. Yes, David Carroll. That's what made me thought about doing this video and having some questions in my mind while I was sitting there at church today. And what are you going to ask me, or what I'm going to say? Well, single mothers, or mothers with their children, but no man. And there's one particular woman or young lady that I seen. She's about my age. I don't know her from the rest of the I know some of the older members, but not this particular woman. But she was pregnant. She had her children there. I'm like, okay, where's the fathers of these children at? And it was not just her. There was several other females there that had their children with them, but no fathers, no daddies. And it kind of made me wonder, okay, where the fathers at? Now, I know some men don't go to church. I understand that. I understand to a degree. Maybe they had to work, or maybe they just dropped their load and kept it moving, which is probably one of the most likely scenarios. They dropped their load and kept it moving. I know it's not nice to say, but that's reality. We have to deal with reality for a minute and deal with the truth rather than cloud it and sugarcoat it with a bunch of lies and a bunch of BS. So if it offends some people, oh well. Sorry. And it made me thought of those brothers I just mentioned. Where are these fathers at? And I know David Carroll likes to, and I don't like to misquote people, but men don't like to be preached that type of stuff from these preachers. In other words, they don't like them shines preaching to them, especially if they got logic and common sense. They ain't gonna sit there and let no preacher preach to them about how they should live and how they should do their lives, or live their lives accordingly. Well, many of these ministers, they engage in some immoral stuff. We'll just say that, to put it bluntly. They engage in some questionable conduct. But the point of this video is this. When I was sitting there, again, I know I tend to repeat myself throughout the entire video. Where are these children fathers at in Sunday service? Why aren't they with their women? And why is a single guy like me there, halfway decent looking at him like that, and question them in my mind, where their fathers at? If you're so strong, or if you have all these children, where's the man that got you pregnant at? How come he's not going in the same church and holding your hand or whatever with you? I don't know. Maybe, and it used to be a time that kind of behavior was not acceptable, or that kind of having all these children but no fathers around was not acceptable, folks. And this is a Baptist church, by the way, in case you're wondering. It used to be a time you didn't parade yourself like that. You had to get married. Maybe they are married, maybe not. I don't know. I didn't see no ring on their finger either, so it is what it is. But it's like now things have changed, and they just go to church however they want. And also, too, the dress. I noticed some of them were dressed nice, some of them were dressed conservatively, others were dressed like they were going to the club. I noticed this one particular young lady that was sitting opposite side of me. I mean, she's kind of okay looking, but I remember her from years ago when I was younger. She was real young, a kid then. And she was dressed like she was going to the club. I'm like, wait a minute. This is Sunday. You should at least dress a little bit decent. This chick had, like this dress on. You could see her bra strap. I'm like, oh. And then she kept looking back at me for, what the fuck you looking at? Excuse my French. Like, what do you want? Where's your man at? All these children with no man, but at least the man came to church. So they came after their women went. So it just raised a lot of questions and a lot of questionable, or I guess you say light bulbs or question marks or something like that just went off in my head today. So I don't know if I'm gonna be a regular attendee of this church. I don't know. I've been going there for years when I was younger, and I was very active in the ministry. But I seen the BS back then, and I still see that things haven't changed. So I don't know. They're trying to get me to come back. I don't know. I'm too much in this, what I'm doing right now with what it is that I'm doing. So I don't know if I can go back to that kind of lifestyle. I mean, it's for some people, but for me, it ain't. I like to sleep early, sleep late on Sunday sometimes. Or I like to go out and do my own thing with my friends or just by myself, having a good time. I mean, I had a good time. I ain't gonna lie. It was a nice service, but it just, some things just kind of strike me as odd, or just like WTF. Where these women with all these children, which is a blessing, but again, where's the fathers at? How come they ain't in church? But I know some men don't like to go to church, and I happen to be one of them. After a certain age, you just don't want to go, be bothered. Listening to the same preacher teaching the same stuff, or preaching the same gospel from the same book, it's like you get tired of it. Or if you have some kind of logic and common sense, you don't need to deal with it. Or maybe your woman is into the ministry, you just happen to go along for moral support. You meet a bunch of gentlemen there that are like-minded, and you join into their organizations and stuff. So that's how it works. But as for me, I don't know. I have to think about it. Listen, I'm too much what it is that I'm into with my computers and electronics and stuff. I like to tinker around with stuff. I need my weekends like that so I can get some rest from the daily grind, working a 9 to 5, or just doing these little odds and end jobs on the side just to make a little bit of money. I know this video is getting kind of long. I didn't anticipate it to be this long, but I just want to give those brothers a shout out or acknowledgement by way of this video. Hopefully they'll see it. Hopefully their fans will see it, and we'll point it out to them. But it just made me question and wonder. You have all these churches here in the city where I'm from. You have all these women, all these men in the church. There's a lot. Quite a few brothers in there, but they in there for whatever reasons they are. But no man to take care of these children, or no man with their woman by their side. What is up with that? I thought that's what it was all about at one point, but I guess maybe I'm too old-fashioned. Maybe I'm too old. Even though I'm 34. I'm gonna be 35 in another month or 2 months. Let's just say in June. And I come from that perspective. Well, you should have, if you're gonna have children, you should be married or something. There's all this old fashioned stuff. Maybe times have changed. Maybe I should just change with the times. But I'm raised a certain way, and that ain't gonna change. So it is what it is. Okay, then that's it for now. Take care.